I am taking the lead from you all, and we kind of touched on it a couple weeks ago, and then I didn't say anything else about it, but we had talked about defining ourselves, and quite often someone will say, hey, I go to the Temple of Spiritual Awareness. What is that like? What do they believe? What is their philosophy? And you guys go, I don't know, it's Suzanne's church. So, do you do that?
I actually, I just say it's metaphysical and non-denominational.
So, well, this is what I wanted to discuss with you guys this morning, so that you have a clear idea of who we are, and you can define us, and you can share with others what it is that we do here. And so the first thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to talk about what metaphysical is. Okay, metaphysical is a philosophy and a school of thinking. So really, you can't have a metaphysical church. In all reality, it's not a church. It's just a group of people that meet and discuss things that are substantial to the awareness and the functionality of the universe, and explore them. That's what metaphysics does. It catalogs the unseen world, the things other than what we know of so far. That's what it does. So really, that's not a church. That's a group of people. And that's understandable, and we do that. We share a metaphysical philosophy. Yeah? Yeah. So we are a metaphysical group. As the church aspect of it is concerned, we tend to be non-denominational. Now, I've had someone say to me recently, well, you could say ecumenical. That's another way of saying that you embrace all philosophies or have some knowledge, basic knowledge of all of the traditional schools of thought, which I do. You do not. But you do through the lessons that we teach. You have the substance of the truth of that information. So, you could say we're non-denominational. Quite often people will think of non-denominational as Christian, because that means we're a Christian church, but we accept all Christian ideology. Well, the reality is, in the Christian ideology, they are as far away as day and night. Really, truthfully. I mean, fundamentalist Christians are nothing like unity. But there is a basic structure there. There is the understanding of the supernatural nature of Christ. We also believe in the supernatural nature of Christ. We believe in the supernatural nature of man and human beings. So in that sense, you could say that we're Christian, in that the great teacher has taught us that we are something more than just our bodies, that death is an illusion, and we believe those things. We are believers in that. We are also made up of a number of different kinds of groups. We have a number of Jewish friends that come here to share their thoughts and their feelings and join us in worship. We have two people, although you may not even know it, who are Muslim that come here and share their thoughts and feelings on things with me privately. We have friends who are pagan. We have friends who are Wiccan. We have friends who really don't know what they are because they can't really define it. And that's only because of a lack of knowledge. Once you have acquired some knowledge, you can more clearly define who you are, whether you are Christian with a Buddhist bent, whether you are Jewish with a universal understanding, and these are all true here in this group. So, I would strongly suggest that you personally educate yourselves a little bit about your history. Now, I will say, if you are a Jewish person, Judaism is not just a religion, it is also a culture. There is a shared history. There's a shared tradition. You more or less know what you believe because you're nurtured in that ideology and that understanding. It is the same when you're Muslim, unless you have recently converted to Islam. And some of us have that tradition or we have that inheritance, spiritual inheritance, that comes culturally from generation to generation to generation. So there's that, well, my mother was a Catholic, I'm a Catholic, my kids are Catholic. So that is one kind of understanding that people bring to the table here and share that. And then there's also the understanding of religious zealousness, in that my great-grandfather was a preacher, he got Jesus and became born again, then he baptized his children, then he baptized his grandchildren, and that's why we're Baptist. These are not good reasons to embrace a certain kind of ideology that is useful and implementable in your life. You should seek out knowledge and information that is going to benefit you every day, not just because someone said that that's the way that it should be. Or because you were born into it. And I'm not saying don't celebrate your heritage. I'm not saying don't celebrate your ancestry. But take from that the best of it and add to that current, meaningful information. And that's what we do here. We make your religion alive. We make your theology alive. We breathe spiritual breath into it through spirit, because we believe in every tradition there's a clear and functional understanding of the active force of Almighty God, whatever you believe that is. Yep. Whatever you call him.
That's it.
I will tell you as a theologian, there is no religion that I have studied thus far that does not acknowledge that there is a source from which all power and all life issues. That is an idea that we hold very dear and sacred in this space. So, I wanted to share that with you so that you know, what do we do here? We do a lot of things. We worship, we heal, we share, we encourage. We love each other in fellowship, in true fellowship, without any kind of expectation from each other, and without judgment about how you worship privately. So, can you be a Catholic metaphysician? Yes. Can you be a Jewish metaphysician? Yes. You can be Wiccan, you can be pagan, you can be Baptist. You can. I know.
They would throw holy water.
No, they will. We can do that here too. Everybody's raising their hands. You can be Buddhist and be a metaphysician.
Isn't Jewish mysticism Kabbalism?
Yes, it is. But not all Jewish people study the Kabbalah.
That's correct.
Just like not all Christians understand Gnosticism.
Most of it's
Not
a
all
rabbi
Buddhists, practice the mysticism in Buddhism. So there is a gradual increase and evolution of our spiritual awareness. Yes.
Question. You mentioned all the different religious preferences, and if everything's choices, can an atheist be metaphysical?
Yes, I have a friend who is. I have two friends that are atheists that are loosely associated with this group. Yeah. It is. I would say it's the. They consider it the lack thereof. The spaghetti monster in the sky, as my daughter would say. But
Spaghetti monster.
yeah.
I just want to hear from you.
But to be honest, there's an awful lot of atheists that say yes, there's things that we don't understand and that are unseen. And they also believe in something else that we believe in, and that is service not to God. We do not serve God here. We serve man here. We serve each other here. God does not need our help. He does really good without us.
Here.
Thank you.
So, this is really important to understand, because when you're sharing these ideas with other people, what's different about your church? Well, that's what's different about your church.
So that means we say we're real.
We're real people.
There you go.
We're real people. And when you say non-denominational, we are truly non-denominational.
That's right.
So, everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome to share ideas, and everybody is welcome to share their thoughts. Yes?
The Undiscovered Country, he quoted, "What does God need with a starship?"
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, that is very cool.
That's true. That is true, and that has been my mantra for quite some time. Is that sometimes we seek for opportunities to lead a group or to serve a congregation, and you will hear people say, "Well, I'm a servant of the Most High God." You are not a servant of the Most High God. You are a servant of your fellow man. That is what you are a servant of, and that is the example that was set by Christ. That is the example that is set by Buddha. It is the example that is set by so many of the beautiful avatars that we espouse their lessons and their ideology here in this group, so that you understand that is your fellow man that you're serving and you're loving.
Here, here.
We're
In so
spiritual
loving
beings
God.
having a human experience.
That's right.
Some people just don't understand what they don't remember.
Right. Well, and that is a very good point, and what a beautiful lead-in. So, right here on the table, if you'd like to pass them out, Bob, I'll let you do that. Or
Yeah, sure.
there are the
There's only 7.
Is there enough for
I
everyone?
think there's no, just share.
Just share?
Yeah,
Okay.
because somebody turned in the middle of the printing.
All right, Pete.
There used to be 10, but long and prosper.
Yeah. So,
Everybody read that?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, this whole lot.
Need a magnifying glass.
you don't need a magnifying glass.
It is what
So let
mine.
me share with you for a second, okay? So I'm going to read this out loud so that you can remember it and read it in my special print there. This is the Declaration of Principles for the Temple of Spiritual Awareness. We believe in the freedom of each person to worship their God however they may choose. We believe that there is but one mind, one law, one principle, one substance in the universe, and I am one with all there is. We believe that giving is receiving without thought of compensation. We believe in the eternity, the immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding. We believe in the spiritual healing of the sick through prayer, meditation, and divine law. We believe in the direct revelation of truth through the intuitive and spiritual nature of man, and that any person may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling Spirit of God.
Here, here.
We believe that humanity's mental states are carried forward into manifestation and become their experience through prayer, meditation, and divine law.
Excellent.
So that is what we believe.
Yep.
Everything else is gravy.
That's right.
So I wanted to share that with you. If somebody wants a copy of this, I will be putting this on the website. If somebody wants a copy of this, then I will make you a copy. And I leave that with you with its blessing. If you have questions for me, namaste.